Hello everyone and welcome back into this special video because lately I've been receiving a lot of cool comments about cool classic engines. One of these engines is of course the Datsun the A10, or as he called in the comments the A100, but according to Wikipedia this engine called the A10. It's a pretty cool engine. This engine was produced from 1966 all the way to 1967. Let's see, it's called the Datsun 1000 or the A10. This engine is very tiny, but before we crack on with all of the specs, please enjoy the video and of course hit that like button, get subscribed and share the video if you want to share it, and now we can enjoy the video. Alright, so this as you can see, I've chosen this beautiful classic Austin Mini, or whatever company that made the Mini, because there are a lot of companies in the past in Britain that made the Mini body. I'm not gonna argue about which company, but of course it's a Mini body. So I've chosen to make this engine in this particular body because this engine is very tiny, really tiny. I made it with another car, with a 4-door classic sedan, but it was very tiny. But in a Mini it worked perfectly. Check out the size of the engine, it fits absolutely perfect. So this engine is a 1-liter inline 4 engine with 73mm on the bore and 59mm on the stroke, overhead valve, 8.5 to 1 compression ratio, and the later model has 9.0 to 1, which the one that I've chosen, basic 62 horsepower, 61.5 pound-feet of torque. The car is super light, and the engine RPM is 6,000 according to Wikipedia. So I made it specifically with all of the specifications to make it as torque as possible with a single Hitachi 2-barrel carburetor. Alright, so what we have here is a mini body, front-wheel drive, perfectly tuned suspension, a manual gearbox, 5 speeds, very good. So let's see what's what. And if you heard a baby crying in the background, I think that will be my nephew, because he's sleeping next to me in his crib. So I'm gonna try and be as quiet as possible. All right. Good acceleration, for a 62 horsepower engine. The car is very fun to drive because it's super light. Oh, he's about to cry. Don't worry, he's not alone. My sister is nearby, so if he starts crying, she will come running to see what's wrong. But he's quiet so far. Alright, so reaching this corner, the car feels so good. The brakes are very strong, so I need to be careful because there is no ABS and no hydraulic power steering. Yes, there is no power steering here. We are driving old school. No power steering, no traction aids whatsoever, nothing. McPherson strut front suspension and semi-trailing arm rear suspension, I think. Yes. Monocoque chassis made by corrosion resisting steel material. The body is made from also corrosion resistant steel. Classic front mini grille, classic bumpers and classic rims also, and we have front discs and rear drums. Yeah, it's not the quickest car in the world, but I was really excited to do this engine because it looks very cool when I made it in an automation game. Very tiny, very compact, and with an extreme lightweight car like this, it feels so good to drive. Oh, it's so fun. Of course, the automation test track is a huge test track, for this car, not for any other 1,000 horsepower or 500 horsepower car, but for this car, the automation test track is so huge. Oh, the brakes can lock very easy, so I need to be careful. Open differential, of course, front wheel drive, basic interior, basic entertainment system, progressive springs, gas monotubes, dampers, regular sway bars. This car can do 30, I don't know, 37, 36 something miles per gallon. Very good mileage indeed. But don't worry, after this car I have another engine, another special engine from the comment section that I did specifically to show in this video. But it's a pretty huge engine, unlike this one. So this is by far a very tiny engine, but the other engine that I'm gonna show you after this is pretty huge. So according to Automation Game, this car should go around this test track less than 3 minutes, like 2 minutes 58 seconds. So it's pretty good for its for the power, for the torque, and for the looks. I mean, the car looks like an absolute beauty. I love the classic Mini. I love it so much. It's very basic, very beautiful, and very simple. I like simple cars. Alright, so the next car, which is a little bit ugly, I'll admit that, a little bit ugly, and it's a special build, this one, the Z 4900. So this pickup truck is also from the 60s. Both these cars are from 1967, but this specific pickup truck has the famous and the legendary Ford 300 cubic inch inline 6 engine, or the 4.9 liter inline 6 Ford engine. There it is. I made it. It was not really easy to do the specifications for these engines. Yes, you will find everything for this engine. Every possible spec for this engine is available online. But to have the same amount of power, torque, exactly on the same number is pretty hard. It wasn't easy. It was very difficult. Oh, my nephew is about to cry. So yeah. Let's see what's what. So this engine is made from cast iron, of course, made from 1965 all the way to 1996. Nice long time. Cast iron head and block. Let's see, it has a 4-inch cylinder bore and 3.98 inch on the stroke. Yep, 300 cubic inch as I mentioned, or a 4.9 liters. So the compression ratio on this model is 8.9 to 1. Overhead valve, of course, making around 160 something horsepower and 283 pound-feet of torque. So it's a pretty torquey engine. The torque is coming out of it very huge. It's a very torquey engine because it's very big. I don't want to talk too much, so let's start driving. As you can see, we have 4x4, 4x4 pickup truck made in the 60s. Looks like a Jeep some sort. Very cool, right? Ladder chassis, of course, leaf springs. We can drive it 4-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive. So let's try 4-wheel drive first. And it's pretty quick. It's not slow. Comparing it to the Mini or that 60 horsepower engine, this one is like a racing car comparing to it. And it's super torquey. You can spin the tires on 3rd gear. And to give you like a little surprise, this car, this pickup truck, uses the same final drive, from the 1965 Ford F100, the same final drive, and the same also gear spacing, very similar and very close gear spacing and final drive ratio to the Ford F100. Yeah, the tires are a bit different, I'll admit that, and the brakes are of course a bit different also, but the ratios are the same. So yeah, it drives very nice, gets very good mileage, like 21-22 miles per gallon, same as the Ford F100 with this engine. Oh, my nephew is about to cry. Maybe. He's moving. So as you can see, we are going like 151 something like this kilometers per hour, which is quick, very quick comparing it to the Mini. Yes, the Mini is very fun around corners, but on the highway this pickup truck will smash that Mini. The engine is super torquey and super powerful comparing to that engine, extra 100 horsepower. But of course this is a heavy pickup truck, it's not light at all, and it does understeer a little bit if you are coming to a corner very quickly. Oh my god, is he gonna cry? Don't cry, don't cry, wait for me to finish the video. Wow, babies. Oh my god, understeer. How cute are the newborn babies? Of course, when they are smiling, they are pretty cute, but when they are crying, oh my god. Oh my god, he's about to cry. Alright, so here's a lap of on the 4x4 mode. Now, if we want, we can actually switch it to rear-wheel drive, and we can lock the rear differential if you want. We can actually do this if you want. No, extra quicker, not like this. I was doing it successfully, but doesn't seem to work. Alright, but you can get off in the second gear because the engine is super torquey. But now with rear-wheel drive mode, yes, the car can oversteer very quickly, but it will get quicker around corners, less understeer and more oversteer and more fun. But you need to control it so you don't crash, because yes, you can crash it very easily. He went back to sleep, which is good. Oversteering hard. Be careful with the power. So it's pretty good. It's a pretty good pickup truck. It can carry around 1,200 kilograms, on the bed. So it's like 1.2 ton of rear cargo, which is very good. The tires can carry the weight very easy. The engine is very torquey, it can move all of this weight around, and we have a front bench. This pickup truck can seat 3 persons up front. 3, because we have a bench. A 4x4, manual locker differentials, and normal hard long life tires, so you can drive it on the road and off the road. Oh my god, no. We have collapsed the front suspension. Yep, so rear-wheel drive mode, it's not really good. I mean, yeah, 4x4 will make this pickup truck to be more controllable. Let's continue driving it like this. Hopefully we don't crash again. So I do apologize about that. So these two engines are very legendary, the A100 or the A10, Nissan A10, and of course the Ford 4.9 liter Inline 6, because I've been reading a lot of comments about how durable this engine is. It's like everyone is talking about how good the engine is. I mean, everyone's saying that, oh, I did 300,000 miles on it and the engine is still running like a charm. My engine is doing like 400,000 miles, no problem whatsoever, no burning oil, nothing. And that shows how good the engine is. That's why I was really excited to do it. Oh my god, the engine, this car is... Yep. So in rear-wheel drive, it's pretty much you need to be very gentle with it. Come on, stop spinning. I don't want to make donuts, I want to drive. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. I hope that you liked both these engines. They are very cool, very classic, car rated of course, and I mean a lot of people love these engines because they are very reliable, and you know, they have served everyone. Even to this day, even in 2018, a lot of guys are still using both of these engines, and I'm more than happy. If you want to request like another classic engine, I am more than happy to make and to explore and learn more about legendary classic engines. So if you want to see a classic engine, you know, made in an automation game and driven in BeamNG.Drive, tell me in the comment section below. I will be more than happy to do it. Or if you have my Discord, you can tell me on Discord, and I will make it as soon as possible. So thank you so much for watching this video. So in this video we have seen the classic Nissan or Nissan, whatever you want to call it, the A10 Inline 4 engine, the 1 liter, and the Ford 300 cubic inch or the 4.9 liter Inline 6. Both these engines are legendary, and I am very happy that I made them. So thank you so much for watching. Of course, I have made this engine. I made, like, you know, a clone or a replica, not the real engines, but it's really it was very a great experience. So thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for future videos and more future challenges. I'm just taking some time off from challenges because I'm thinking of a great new challenge to tell you about very soon. So thank you so much, and of course you can visit my Patreon page if you want to get these cards here. I'm gonna put the link here if you want to go to my Patreon page and download these cards for free if you want, or if you want to support the channel. So thank you so much, and goodbye for now, my friends.